Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And we are so excited to be cooking out of our new cookbook again today. And our cookbook's name, once again, is Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior. Live fierce, stay bold, eat delicious. And so we're going to be on page today 197. And this is such a fun recipe. And Ann was like, oh dear, because it's called Lucky Nuts. And you keep calling it,
what do I call it?
you kept saying, oh, I'm unlucky because she's going to end up
because
eating.
nuts are my downfall. And I can't even have them in the house. I don't have them in the house. So when I'm here, this is terribly difficult.
So I'm having her she's going to work with the weaponry today, and I'm going to work with the spices. This recipe is called Lucky Nuts. So I'm going to be with the lucky, and she's going to be with the nuts. And
my job is taking the lids off and putting 2 cups of nuts of a variety in this container. And it is going to be so hard not to snack.
Okay, well, no, these are all raw, so you're not going to be tempted. Okay.
I like nuts anyway,
okay.
although I don't eat them.
All right, so just 2 cups roughly of all these nuts, roughly, however. It's not really a recipe per se, but just 2 cups of nuts, however you prefer. And this nut recipe was given to me in this great story. I went to a party, a middle school parent party, which I'm not really always going to that kind of thing. And when I got there, of course, there's all kinds of stuff that, we're not going to eat, meat and cheese and greasy stuff. But I saw these nuts and I was like, oh, this is great. And I suddenly was like eating all the nuts. And I went and I found the host and I said, who made these nuts? These are so great. And I went to meet the woman, Jackie, who made the nuts. And when I said hi to her, she went, oh. And I was like, what? She's like, my name is Jane Esselstyn. She's like, I just spent the day watching the movie Forks Over Knives, where my father and mother and brother are all featured people in the movie. And she was like, what? And we hadn't met each other somehow in all this time. So anyway, I feel so lucky to have met Jackie because our friendship went on to be with my husband and Jackie and myself and on and on and on. And she's an amazing author of a book called The Currency of Empathy. We're going to have it fly in here. And it is just a brilliant book that we all need to understand and know and love and live by. And I've just missed, you're beating me. Oh, go to the top, go a little higher.
Oh, I'm so glad because I didn't put enough of the nuts I love most.
Pecans?
Pecans.
Oh, I knew that actually. So 2 cups of nuts go in this recipe. So she gave me the recipe for nuts, and I've been trying to work it into a cookbook for a long time. And this is obviously not heart disease friendly because there's so many nuts, but it's plant strong, not plant perfect. So 2 cups of nuts, your mix of, walnuts, cashews, pecans, almonds, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, whatever, all that stuff. And then you add in.
Have slivered almonds rather than.
Any kind of almonds. Just not greased and smoked and salted and all that stuff. And to this, we're going to add the little bit. So this is called the Lucky. So why don't you pour that in the bowl, and then on top of that, it's beautiful what you did. It's a beautiful creation. So in here. Oh, this is kind of wet. I'm going to dry it with my shirt. So in here, we're going to put half a teaspoon of curry. So the curry powder, which is the magic. Actually, no, all this is the magic. Half a teaspoon of curry powder. So this. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. If you don't love curry, don't use it. And then quarter teaspoon cayenne.
That's cayenne.
Oh, that's good. Okay. And then... Now this, I usually do like less than a quarter, kind of what would this be? Not an eighth, but a 1/6 of a teaspoon. Right, we have the lid for that one. And then smoked paprika, another quarter teaspoon. And this one I'll make heaping because I like the taste of smoked paprika. If you don't make it heaping. And the next one, oh, you're on top of it all, Mommy. Thank you. A quarter teaspoon of turmeric. And since we are such turmeric fans, we're going to make this heapy. And then what's so cool is there's a half a teaspoon of rosemary, dried rosemary. If you have fresh from your yard, use that. Have fun with that. But we're just going to make this be kind of user friendly. Quarter teaspoon. And you know what I'm thinking spontaneously right now with this recipe? Wait, is it half? Yeah, half teaspoon dried rosemary. Let's add a little cha-cha of black pepper to help with the turmeric. How about that? Little fee-fi-fo-fum? Fee, fi, fo. Oh, yes, haha. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Because this has got such a great savory taste. Don't you think that'll be cool to add that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so then
Should we mix that up yet?
Yes, yes, yes. And let's get a bigger spoon. So here, will you stir that up a little bit? What we're going to do is we're going to cook all this on a pan, and what makes it all stick together is this little bit of maple syrup. So we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of maple syrup to all of this. Here we go. And this baked onto it is going to make it all sort of stick together slightly, and it's going to coat all the spices, all the lucky dust has to go on the nuts right now. I'm just going to get everything out of the spoon. Woo.
Isn't it amazing that 1 tablespoon coats this so well? That's wonderful.
And I went through so many different names for this, and these are just so yummy, and we felt so lucky to meet Jackie, and so Lucky Nuts is great. All right, is there any dust on the bottom? Just gonna make sure, because I often, there's got all kinds of turmeric on the side. And then we have a pan, and this is a, what's this called? This is called a
Silpat.
Wait, can you see that? It's called the Silpat, and it's like parchment paper, but you just rinse it off, and it's silicone, I think. Is Silpat an English name?
So you don't need to use
parchment
paper all the time if you have this.
Yeah, sometimes you want parchment paper for whatever reason, but this, sorry, there's some dust on the bottom that I want to make sure. See how that's yummy, yummy? All right, so then you just put this onto the pan. By the way, our oven is preheated to 325. And do you want to tovolo the stuff out of there? Do we want it that badly?
No.
We don't want it that bad? No. But here you go with the tovolo. No, this flavor. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I can turn the oven on. Can you get all that out of there? That's such yummy, yummy, potent. Okay. Oven is on. And there we go.
Should we make it a certain shape?
Doesn't matter at all. You just have to. You can spread it out even more. Like you can do it kind of like this, even if you want them not touching. But if you want them to be kind of somehow baked together in places, make it more dense. So we'll do a little bit of scattered, and we'll do a little bit of.
Well, actually,
dense. So it's all good. Okay. So in this goes now. We're going to put this in the oven, and it's going to cook for, let me get the timing right, between 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven's behavior at 325. And they're going to be slightly browned, and they're going to be so fragrant. It smells like curry and rosemary and turmeric and black pepper. Okay, in we go. Ooh, it's ready, ready, ready. Lucky Nuts are us. Okay, here we go. And here's something that I'd love to do with this, because I don't want it to be sort of shattered everywhere. So plug your ears, plug your ears. Ready? It kind of shatters it all up a little bit. And here, let's try. There's cashews. What do you want to try? Get a pecan. Get a pecan.
My problem is I'll just want to eat all of them.
We have to try.
Okay.
Brian, can you come taste one? It's so good. Oh, Wade, get in here. You guys, come try. Here, I'm gonna make it again. Ready? Ooh. Grab whatever you can. Now, there's a pecan, Mommy. Oh, you got a little island. What do you think, you guys?
Oh. Right. It's like candy.
But it's got candy with like
With like a lot of spices. But
spice, but Lucky Nuts.
Yeah.
Brian, what's some words besides great?
A little bit different.
Yeah, they're amazing. That's why I was like, I need to meet the person who brought these nuts to this party. Okay, well, we are going to...
Don't eat them all.
We're going to probably eat them all.
Oh, we can't.
We could.
We could.
All right. Well, let us know what you put into your Lucky Nuts and how you spice them, because we adore this blend as much as we adore Jackie. All right. Thanks so much.
Amazing.
Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And today we are cooking out of the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook or Plant Strong, because they both have a similar recipe. One, obviously, the Plant Strong, or the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook one uses a cannellini bean sauce with no nuts, and the one in Plant Strong uses walnuts. We are making the one with walnuts today, and just if you don't want to eat walnuts, just sub out with some cannellini beans. But either way, if you're, it's on page 173 in Plant Strong if you're following along there, and it is on page 60 if you're following along in this book.
This is the best little whatever, hors d'oeuvre, or whole meal, or lunch.
And wait, what's so it tastes so nice and fancy, but it's so easy. It's just a bunch of kale, cook it, strip it off the spines, cook it, and tear it into little pieces because people are going to be eating it. So strip it, tear it, boil it for however many minutes you cook your kale until
it's
you
tender.
can eat it. So you have a bunch of kale, you've got a bunch of tomatoes, little cherry
So
tomatoes.
it's no trouble chewing it.
Oh, I'll be right there. My toast fell on the bottom of the toaster. Oh dear. No, I'll get it. And you, I'll get.
So Jane has given me the job to cut the tomatoes. And so I want to show you, because when I first did it, I just cut it the way I usually do. And I've got this amazing new little cutter that I wish I could have used to show you, but no. She wants me to do a bikini cut. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't. But I want to show you what it means to do a bikini cut. So here I am doing a bikini cut. Please note, I've cut it down the center. And this is the bikini cut.
It looks like someone has a bikini on.
I love it.
Bumpty bump, bikini cut. And I like this because you can put it on the kale bruschetta and it doesn't fall off. So, sorry, I had to deconstruct our toaster to get the toast that fell through the cracks and to the bottom and by the hot broilers. So get some toast from your local bakery or wherever you can get a gnarly, whole grain, seeded. These are actually big. I'm gonna go with the smaller ones first. The bruschetta.
Or cut them in half.
Yeah, I'll cut those in half. Good call. And what? Pardon my reach. What these are is these are our family favorite during the holidays, when my parents host our whole neighborhood at their house for a
Not
holiday
this Christmas.
sing.
Not this December.
We're filming this during 2020. But what we do is we have everyone there, and we create my mom and I just cook all day, preparing all these little things for our whole neighborhood. And our neighborhood's full of people who eat everything under the sun, and they have every disease under the sun to match that. But when we come to our
And
house,
we have every religion and every kind of people. It's wonderful.
But what we do is we serve this, and between this and another sandwich, which we'll do in another video, people come and swarm like locusts over these things, and they eat them till they're gone. They fight for them. So what I'm adding here is the walnut sauce we talked about. If you are wanting to make it with cannellini bean sauce, just sub out a can of cannellini beans instead of walnuts, and it's the exact same recipe. So it's just gnarly whole grain bread.
And it's nice
Toasted.
and thick. Notice that Jane is putting this in nice and thick, because this helps to make it.
Well,
Along with another trick.
okay, and make as many as you want. We have this little platform so you guys can see. We usually have platters and platters of this stuff, and then you put on the cooked kale, and don't just put on. Some people go people at like hotels have made this. They just do like this, and they think that's it. I'm like, no, put on kale till they're gonna choke on it. Heap it on there. Heap. And if you run out of kale, darn it, make some more kale. There's always more kale, especially in the winter. The kale can grow through snow, rain, sleet, hail, civil war.
I can just go out
Hurricanes.
into our garden in winter, December, January, and believe it or not, there's kale right through the snow.
Okay, so there's tons of kale on this. And then we need more bikinis.
Well, Jane, I'm making them.
You got busy with the. So this is why I like the bikini cut, because you can pour these on and they obviously fall between the sandwiches, or you can just put them like this and they definitely stay on. If you put on a single tomato, sometimes it rolls off, but the bikinis kind of stick together, which is so nice. Here, you got 2 on there. And then, so this is such a simple recipe with the bread, walnut sauce, cooked kale, tomatoes, and then here comes the pro move, the chefy move that makes it zingy holiday, is glaze. This is a local glaze. This is a glaze from our local store. It's balsamic glaze. Try to get one that has no milk product, and if it has added sugar, make sure it's towards the end of the ingredient list. Oh, do one more. I see a spot that can take one. So these just ring out the holidays, but then you drizzle.
And you always hope that you get.
Actually, should I do a top cam on this?
You always hope that you get the one with the most drizzle, because that is so good.
Are we getting the top cam, food cam? And what's interesting...
This guy got missed over in the corner.
How do you know she got plenty? Okay. Now, if you glaze it early, the glaze absorbs, disappears, and then you have to reglaze it whenever it arrives. So then it can be like hyper glazed. So I recommend having some enthusiastic child or neighbor glaze right as people arrive. All right, this is our kale bruschetta. Ring in the new year. Oh, you guys come try. Wade and Josh, come try. Here, I'll give you ones that can fit. Here, try one that can fit in your mouth. Like that. That was a good one. Josh, here, this one will fit in your mouth. I mean, if you have a big one, I want to get a reaction from you guys right away.
I feel like we should play Christmas music or something, or holiday music.
Yeah, some sort of holiday
Song to start this video.
No, it does.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's got some good flavor, eh?
The glaze.
The glaze.
Well, the glaze with the walnut sauce and the crispy bread. Yummy. All right,
That's delicious.
isn't it? Okay, Mom, do you want one? We can have one.
No, we got. I'm good.
We've got a ton.
I could eat that all day.
We could eat that all day, which I think we're going to go do just that. Hey, thank you for
Lunch, breakfast, not breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
or some holiday cheer. If you're alone, as far as not having a whole family come in, or if you have a squad with you, this is a winner. Thanks so much.
Kale bruschetta.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn,
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
and today we're cooking out of the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease Cookbook, and we're making...
Gingerbread biscotti. Oh, so good.
I know, it's so crispy and it's so holiday-like, and we're excited to make it right now. It's perfect timing. And so it's on page...
If we don't eat it all, we can use it in our little event tonight.
outdoor event. It's
Outdoors.
2022. COVID's cooking. So page 262 if you're following along. And the first thing we do is we use a half cup of oats and we put it in like a food processor just to blur it up a little bit. But our processor's in the dishwasher and I didn't want to get it out. So I'm just going to do this, and this is just the same. Kind of just, you want to grind up the oats so they kind of just become not whole oats. I know you didn't know I was going to do this, but...
What is kind
see,
of cool.
It's cool. And it's a little bit of a good workout. And it's warming you up. So yeah, thank you. You want to take it over?
I'm taking it over.
So if you have like, what are they called? Not old-fashioned.
Quick oats or
Quick oats.
something?
It's like we're making quick oats kind of texture. And then we have to add another, can you add another half cup of oats to this?
Well, how soon do I know
That
it's
looks beautiful. We just wanted to have a little bit of, kind of,
chaff in there?
yeah, looks like there's. So now we have half cup of chaffed oats and half cup of
Have you ever
regular
tried
oats.
it without doing the rubbing?
Well, I usually use a Cuisinart or a blender or something. And now we're going to add some of the spices and stuff and the rising agents. Not that biscotti rises that much, but it does have a little loft to it. So we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And this is aluminum free, but it's not. Oh, it's not.
It's
Ann
not.
approved.
It's not. I don't approve of it.
Tell them then what one you approve
Hain
of.
is the one that has no sodium.
I didn't realize how much sodium was in baking powder until I was lectured ad nauseum about it. But it's important if you're watching your salt. and then some baking soda.
Everybody should be watching their salt.
Yeah, that's true. Now, the most exciting part, we're adding the spices. We're going to add cinnamon, ginger,
Oh, and wait
and
until you...
cloves. I have nutmeg out here. We could put nutmeg, I suppose. But this, we did a video a little while ago with my sister-in-law, your daughter-in-law. I know you called her your sister-in-law, Polly. And she was using some of these burlap and barrel spices. And I just thought, oh, she's got some fancy spices or something. But then we smelled it, and it's a whole new world. I mean, every time I smell it.
This cinnamon is
Every
so
spice.
amazing.
And so we have, okay, so let's get back to this. We have a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's going to be residue of a little baking powder or something in there. So a teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm kind of a heapy and generous with that. And then we're going to do, this is their ginger, ground ginger. It's
Oh,
called,
and what's so interesting about it,
hold on, I don't, it's called it's buffalo ginger. It's from Vietnam, and they take the ginger root with the
skin, because I never peel ginger. So when I learned that, I was willing to use ground
super
ginger.
fans here.
Because
so
it's,
this ginger, smell that.
oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it smells like real, like fresh ginger. So this buffalo ginger is ground up with the whole ginger root, even the skin involved.
But
which
it
makes
looks like it doesn't have any skin.
But it's ground. It's you know,
ground.
it's powder. And then we add about an eighth of a teaspoon of. Oh, our oven is ready to go. Warmed up to, I think it's 350. Yeah. So we're doing an eighth of a. This is just a half of my quarter cup cloves. So that is what we need for the dry ingredients, and then we're going to do the. I'm going to put over here the wet ingredients. You don't have to, but we're just the recipe says to do it this way, so we're going to do it this way. And right now this is a half. Oh, is this the half cup?
Didn't I put it in?
You did, but I need the half cup measurement. So we're doing a half cup of maple syrup.
Ooh.
And if you like the maple flavor, get the amber syrup. If you don't like the extra maple flavor, this is the amber one doesn't have as much maple flavor, and this one I think is amber. We don't really care. We like maple syrup no matter what.
Is amber lighter or is amber darker?
I think it's darker and it has more of a mapley flavor. And then we add molasses, and this is sort of an acquired taste, but I think it's essential to when you're making gingerbread. And there we go. It sticks like crazy in there. Oh my gosh!
I can't wait to
Look how it falls in there. Like, look at that. Look at the top shot. Look at that. I love how it's like a bullseye. Got that way? There you go. All right. Thank you. I'm getting stuff everywhere. So after the molasses, then we have just a little bit of vanilla, and can you get like 2 tablespoons of raisins out?
raisins in it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, golden raisins. Add a little cha-cha. Or a little
Are
texture.
golden the ones that we need?
Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to stir up the wet ingredients, and I'm going to add them to your dry.
Do I put them in here?
Yeah, it's all going in the same place. I usually put everything in the same bowl, but I'm being proper here, trying to follow our recipe.
I'm putting more than 2.
Shocking. Okay.
I'm having a very hard time making them.
Okay, we stir this in as I pour. There we go. So what biscotti is? It's so interesting. With
Goodness,
biscotti.
I can't believe this is going to be biscotti.
Oh, we forgot to do the 1.5 cup of flour. That's what,
Right
there. Sorry. So much for our wet ingredient, dry ingredient effort.
Just pour it all in.
Yeah. And you can use whole wheat flour, oat flour, whatever flour you prefer, because it's there's probably some rules about it, but that is going to be just stirred. I know it seems dry, but just keep stirring, keep adding, keep combining. I'm going to get all
Jane.
this. Yeah, it's going to work. Keep going. Just push hard. You got it.
We blew it by not putting the flour in the right time, but
We didn't blow
you
it.
never actually blow things like that.
No, this is how everybody cooks. And the fact that we are getting
Maybe
a
we
little
can
bit.
fat.
I'm just going to get some of this stuff out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
You're
My
gonna
hands, my arm's getting tired.
You want me to give it a go?
No,
Okay.
it's good for the muscles.
Okay, and I'm getting this.
Oh my goodness.
It works. It just
It works.
It makes a,
This is biscotti? Wow.
yes, it's good biscotti. So so then what you do is put this on the pan, and it's gonna be roughly like we're gonna shape it into like a foot long and maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches wide. And your hands are just gonna commit your hands to being a little bit sort of
Do we put our
icky,
hands
sticky.
in it?
I'm gonna shape the biscotti loaf, if you will. So this is what I really like this recipe because there's no nuts in it, and it's good for our heart disease patients or diabetics who are trying to get off their meds or reverse that type 2. Okay, so with the no nuts. We're gonna get lots of comments about that. Sorry. Wow. Watch the diabetes video. All right, maybe my hands don't need to get sticky, icky. So this loaf is what's going to bake into the beautiful shape. So this is how long the biscotti are going to be after we cut it. And
How do you know how thick?
it's
About an inch?
a
A little less?
And it might rise some and it might not. Okay. Anyway, this is the perfect size loaf. Let's get this going in the oven. That's fine, I got it. In this is gonna go right over here at 350. We're gonna put it in for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and then there's some other exciting things we do with it. All right, in she goes. 30 minutes. And in the meantime, I think we should let's do some stretching. I want to do some stretching?
No, let's do jumping jacks.
I want to stretch first. The biscotti's going to come out, and when we take it out, we're going to put it on the rack here, and it's just going to cool for about 10 minutes. So the biscotti's cooled for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to take the paper off of it and put it back on the tray because we're going to need that in a little bit. But over here now, we're just going to cut this into, I don't know what to call this, like probably just, I'm left-handed so you can't see from that angle, can you? But just about this, what's that? Not a ½ inch, 1/3 inch thick. And then we're going to lay these down here, and we're going to put them all down so that they can become the biscotti. And this goes back in the oven. All right, timer says it's been 8 minutes, and now we're just going to do a 180 with all these. And these little crumbly bits are fine. They actually become the little crispy bits, and it's delicious. So just flip them all 180, and once you flip them all, be very careful because they're kind of fragile at this stage. They get crisp on the other side, so you sort of have, we got some crispy bits. I know these don't look delicious, but they are delicious, even in pieces. I think of biscotti at the store when they're all big and long and they haven't been broken, and I wonder, gosh, who had the nimble fingers or the knife skills to do that in one big long piece. Oh, see, I just crumbled that one. But that's not to worry because, okay, this one's sort of a hot mess, but it's going to be crispy and delicious. Like, these would be the ones we taste a million times. All right, I think I did them all. They're going to go back in for about, I don't know, 8 minutes, crisp up, and then let them just cool on the rack for a little bit. There you go. Oh, time is up.
Look at the Crispies.
Oh, there's so many little broken Crispies for you. I knew you'd be excited about that. I know. Well, they probably need a minute to cool, so we'll be right back and we'll give a taste test once they've cooled and gotten crispy. How is it?
It's delish.
Okay.
And even though it's not cool totally, it's crispy-ish.
Well, good. It'll get better. It'll get better. All right, let's give it a few minutes. Here we go.
Woohoo!
These are all ready to be dished out for our wonderful outdoor Christmas Carol party tonight.
Oh, but
And-
look at these little pieces that we get to
I
try.
know. I knew you'd be so delighted about the crispy.
Oh my gosh, can you hear me crunch?
Although I think it sounded like your teeth were falling out. There's so much noise. Oh my God. Yeah, it's so crispy. Crazy. Like,
You know what I really like? I put a little extra raisins in.
Oh yes, of course. All right. Well, look at these biscotti. The little
Oh.
the little crumble ones are fun because you get to eat them as you stack up. Look at that one. That's all edge. That's all you. Wow. All right. Well, hey, I hope you have a chance to make your gingerbread biscotti.
These are
before the holiday.
so good.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers and crunch. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Jane Esselstyn.
I'm Ann Esselstyn.
And today we're baking cookies.
Woohoo!
Yay! That's why I have this like celebratory polka dot fun cookies. And we're making them from our Be a Plant-Based Woman Warrior cookbook. And they're on page 279 if you're following along.
Cut out oatmeal cookies and granola bits.
Yes, because you'll see the way
Wow.
we make these. We're making basically oatmeal, what's it called? Not oatmeal, oatmeal raisin-ish cookies. But we make them like you would like Christmas cookies or cutout cookies. And the places in between are like little bits of granola, little crispy bits of granola.
Nice.
You've had it a million times. It's delicious.
It just sounds so delicious.
Yes, and as we're making this, I want to keep in mind, like, when we bake, we don't use eggs, we don't use oil, we don't use flat-out sugar and butter and things that are usually associated with baking. But you can make things that are baked goods that don't look like a big, puffy, fluffy white cake with, you know, whipped egg. I don't even know what not mayonnaise. You wouldn't put mayonnaise on the cake. Frosting, what it would look like, meringue stuff. It just looks differently. It just looks different. Sweets are still they can be sweet with other things like dates or maple syrup or whatnot, but they're just not loaded with that foundation of butter and eggs and sugar and whatever. I mean, still we eat these sparingly enough, but we totally enjoy them. So this recipe starts with a cup and a third of walnuts, and we're going to put them in a food processor, and we're going to add to them 2/3 cup of maple syrup. So I'm going to throw that in. You know what? I don't want to get this sticky yet because I got to put oats in there. So I'm going to grab my this is my 1/3 cup. I need the reflection. This is the 1/3 cup. All right, so we're going to do 2/3 cup of maple syrup.
You know, Jane, I love what I have at home, which is a 2/3 measuring cup. It's really nice.
Well, you know what I would love to maybe find in my stocking? A 2/3 cup measure.
Nice.
That would be great. We use it a lot. Okay, and then also to this, I'm going to add the vanilla. Could you grab, Mommy? Could you grab
I love anything
A
to
half-
do with vanilla.
a half
And
teaspoon?
if you say a half, I'm going to put in an overflowing half.
That's a full, just so don't overflow.
You want to?
That's 1 teaspoon. So let's put in.
You want a half?
I want a half teaspoon of vanilla, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. So, and I do want a 1/4 teaspoon here. This is the 1/4. one.
I'm good at.
I know you know. I know you know.
I'm good at knowing that.
And then, but what I want to mention is this is
Royal cinnamon.
do you see this, Wade? This is Burlap and Barrel's Royal Cinnamon. I had no idea how just it's fresh and sweet cinnamon could be. But if you smell that, it's just stunning.
Ooh, it doesn't need sugar.
No.
And now, how much did you say?
Quarter,
Just a quarter
teaspoon, and then and then we do a 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom, and this is Cloud Forest cardamom, and Burlap and Barrel. Let me smell that one. These are single source spices, and actually we'll fly in. We have a link to their site that we.
Oh,
we love it.
they are so good.
They're single source spices, and
Did you say a quarter?
single origin spices?
I'm thinking of single origin. Did you need?
Yeah, quarter, and then a good 1/4 of nutmeg. And so we've got nutmeg, cardamom, and cinnamon because we love those flavors in cooking. They just make it taste like a baked good. Oh dear, we're putting my maple syrup vessel.
I feel I've done a really good job on the spices
You
today.
have. Well done. Well done. Okay, now we're going to do 2.5 cups of old-fashioned oats, which is this. Can you fill this up to the rim? And then we're going to do another half cup. Oh, actually, while you're doing that, I'm going to spin these around. Yeah. Oven's on to 350 as we're going to bake these. And what we're doing now is making sort of the batter or like the sugar, butter. Can you hear me okay, Wade, do you think? I'm going to step away from that. The sugar butter mix when you're making cookies, it's like, I remember just butter and sugar and vanilla or whatever. It was like this depth of the flavor or whatever. And what we're doing now with the walnuts and the maple syrup and all the spices and stuff, we're just recreated that sort of thick battery stuff. So yeah, can you see that from the top shot? That's really kind of yummy. So what I'm going to do here?
I just thought I'd taste it.
Oh! I thought you were adding something else. I'm like, you're good. Does it taste like? Does it taste like the butter sugar mix?
I love all the
And the spices are great.
spices in there.
Yeah, it tastes
We
like.
should stop right there.
I know. So we need a full 2 cups.
I didn't I do that?
No. So look, how's that look? It's like
It
less.
looks
I think we're
less.
about a 1/4 cup off. And I want all the oats because the oats are the.
Did you say 2.5 or just
2.5
2?
cups?
So there's 2.
That's 2, and then we need a half. So we're going to add this to the bowl, and then we're going to stir in. I mean, I suppose I could have put the oats.
I tell you why that's so good.
Why is this so good?
I put in extra vanilla.
Oh!
And there is nothing to me as good as vanilla.
I hear you. When you get the
Maybe
right...
you'll think I have too much.
No. I feel that way about ketchup sometimes.
Here, I'll work on getting more out if you want.
Okay, that'd be great. Can you get all that out? It'd be awesome. So then to this mixture, I'm going to grab another thing to mix it with. We're going to add the 2. 2 is here. We're a little shy, but it's okay. And a half. Is this a half cup? I don't know how big this thing is.
I figure that's half.
Yeah, so we're good.
Oop.
We're good. So there's a lot more in there. You're right. Thank you for wrestling all that out. So we're going to add this, and then I have called these oatmeal raisin cutout cookies because we add raisins to there. Here we've got raisins right here. But when I put out, and I put about, I don't know, 1/3 cup, half cup, whatever you feel like a cup. Sometimes raisins are big, sometimes they're small. These are nice and these are tight little small ones. But we also have things like, we could have added some craisins, and people often ask us where we get some of our dried fruit, and here is our, wait, can you go here? These are dried cherries, and they're by this wonderful company called Sunrise, and they're a fruit company from California, and these are dark sweet cherries, and they literally say here, can you see that, Wade? Dark sweet cherries and nothing else.
Ooh.
So they don't use what some companies use, like oil, so they don't clump. I'm like, what's that? So what if things clump? Let them clump. And they don't add any sweeteners. So that's a pretty wonderful company, at least in our circles of.
I've done a really good job of getting everything
2 points
out
for
of
you.
here.
1 for the extra vanilla, 1 for the cleaning of the depth of the food processor. Okay, now the rest. Okay, that's yours now. Doesn't that have this a wonderful taste
Wow.
of like?
Wow.
I know. From one of our recipes that I like this, like our granola recipe or something from a couple books ago, I made the mixture like that, and it was so good. I added something to it, and we called it German chocolate frosting.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it came from. It was like half a recipe, like, all right, stop. We're just going to frost a cake with this. It's so good. All right, so here's this. Oh, I know. We could have had chocolate chips. And we get this, love to use the chocolate chip brand called Enjoy Life. And Enjoy Life makes mega chips. They make morsels, and they make little mini chips. So the mini chips, we were having some last night, and you were just marking how nice it was, how little they were. All right, here's our pan, and this is now the cutout part of the whole process. So, thank you, Wade. In the batter goes,
Oh,
yeah, it's cut out cookies. So we're just doing a big,
what I like
island.
is all the oatmeal in there, all the oats.
Thank you, Mommy. And then we're going to flatten this out to, this is the perfect day. It's kind of cloudy and cold.
It's a cookie day.
It's a cookie day. And just push these till they're nice and kind of, not rolled out, but flattened out. You want to, thanks for helping. And just make it into like a rectangle of yumminess. I mean, I could eat this just like this. Eat it raw. Okay, and then, all right, can you make this a little flatter?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
go a little, make it a little bit bigger. I'm just getting so sticky. I'm not doing anything helpful anymore. But while you're doing that, what I'm going to do is that we just do cut out cookies. You do this, and you leave. And if a raisin gets stuck, I just plop it off, and then you press it down, and then you clean off the edge, and press it down.
Oh, it's delicious
Yeah,
with
for-
the oats.
So I'm making cookies, and I'm just trying to squiggle down. They're a little thick. Can you make it? Not here. I'm just going to do what I'm hoping.
Well, no, now it's sticking.
I know. Let's do the other side. Just a thin. Yeah, there we go. Just to get a little less height. The topography, you want to be kind of even, because when you cook these, you want to have not just the ones on the edge burning, but the ones in the middle also cooking. That is often a dilemma for us. Somehow it's burnt on the outside and raw on the inside, or burnt on the inside and raw on the outside. Okay, so leaving all the chunks in between is great because those turn into the granola bits. That's why it's called cut out oatmeal cookies and granola bits. Here, you can. And it's easier way through this recipe. All right, so and this is going to go right now to the oven, and voila. Set our timer for about between 24 and 26 minutes. 25 to be safe. So we'll set that to go, and we'll be right back. Here we go! Here we go! Here we go! Ooh! They smell amazing.
Oh,
Okay.
Jane.
And they're so crispy, Yummy. You're gonna love them. All right, here. Here, it's a little hot, but here, I can't eat hot. You can.
Ooh. Oh, Jane.
Crunchy. Crunchy,
Yeah.
yummy. Nice. Okay, and Wade, here, will you try some?
You did it. Awesome.
Okay. Woo! Is that good?
I'm just going to eat cookies today.
Oh my gosh.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think Ann and I could eat that whole pan.
Wade and Ann have declared they're going to eat the whole pan. All right, so we're going to let these cool, but these are wonderful
Jane,
with so many things. Okay, all right, I'll try.
what do you do with in-betweens?
Well, here, let's get a cookie out. Cookies come like this, and the in-betweens are little granola bits. Put them on your cereal. Put them in your pocket on a hike. I mean, it's granola bits. But they're really yummy, sweet,
Oh,
and there's no flour in it.
you know what's so
oats.
good, Jane? They're crispy.
You're
It's
welcome.
hard to
You are
find
welcome.
crispy.
A lot of vanilla too.
And not a good.
Oh, it's the
good
vanilla.
All right. Hey, but
Wait.
we're gonna. I want them to cool it. I want to eat as much as you are. So thank you so much. Let us know what you add to your cut out oatmeal cookies and granola bits. All right.
So delicious.
All right. Bye bye.